You're in the dog house.
Stewart Media and Entertainment presents the Two Live Stews Experience. This right here, this ain't your ordinary-ish.
Two Live Stews Experience. Ryan Stewart, Doug Stewart. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Yes, we are back. What up to the Q's?
Do not let anyone confuse you. The Two Live Stews started this shit. The Two Live Stews Experience, shouty. If you're not stewing, what the hell are you doing? Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to the Two Live Stews Experience. You're in the with the Two Live Stews. Minus one stew today, but we got that all covered. We got my man Jeff Fox from
Yes, sir.
MIA
No doubt.
lined up with us today. Jeff, good morning, man. How are you?
Oh, man, I'm not usually up this early, but, you know, I'm going to bring it, man. I'm coming off the bench fire, man. I'm ready.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So Jeff Fox is in with us. A lot of y'all know Jeff because we've had him on the show back in the day before they ran us out of the industry. And he does sports talk in Miami, Florida, and had a show called The Sports Brothers. And now he does his own thing, and very knowledgeable brother on sports. And Ryan's ill. And so we asked Jeff to come in and spread some Miami knowledge and love, and we're going to have a good time, man.
Absolutely, man. I'm happy to be here. Of course, we all went through basically the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, Ryan and I joked about it the other day, man. Like, after you guys got off the air, we were like, yo, man, it's amazing how you went to work one day not knowing what you were walking into.
Right,
You know,
right,
and to
right.
be escorted out the building. That's some cold shit, bro. Like,
Yeah. We're going to get into that in the book. But very, very interesting times. Jeff, lot going on in Miami. We're going to get to what's going on down in Miami sports-wise with you. A couple of announcements I need to make, though.
Mm-hmm.
The show ends today. I actually had something come up on my schedule as well. The show's going to end today at around 8:15, so we got a lot we got to get into. We got Arley and her entertainment report. She's got some interesting nuggets to get into. Notty with the Funky Four, the four biggest stories that we missed or that me and you didn't get into. And so we're going to have some fun with all of that stuff. A lot of stuff going on in sports, obviously the NFL, college football playoffs. But a couple of announcements. The South Carolina State University Atlanta Alumni Chapter's Winter Gala, in which we've been talking about for the last couple of weeks, has been postponed, okay? It's been rescheduled to February 1st. I've been talking about it for the last month or so. I had tickets. Tree had tickets. Ryan bought tickets. A big to-do. But y'all have heard we about to get some weather tomorrow. Jeff, y'all going to get some weather down there? Y'all not going to get no weather in Miami, right?
Nah, I mean, it's Miami cold down here. Like,
Okay.
It's around 50-something, you know, and we brought the heater out.
Right.
You know, like we're not used to this. It can get in the 50s or the 40s, but we're not used to that Atlanta cold.
Okay, so we're expecting like big time snow starting, I think, early tomorrow morning or this coming morning, not this morning, but tomorrow morning. And so the city is probably going to be shut down. So they they postponed the South Carolina State Alumni Gala, Winterfest Gala, till February 1st. So mark your calendars. How about this? It's a good thing. You actually got time to go ahead and buy your tickets if you did want to go and weren't able to go this coming weekend. You have an opportunity to go on February the 1st, all right? So make sure that you check out the website. Go to scsuatlbulldogs.org. That's scsuatlbulldogs.org. Jess, what's popping in Miami? Like what's going on down there? Like, what's the vibe? What's the talk?
It's spicy down here, man. Like, you know, I'm sure you guys have heard, unless you've been under a rock somewhere, that Jimmy Butler wanted out, and
Okay, so Jeff, I should have told you we're going to hold on that talk with Jimmy Butler, and I guess I should have gave you a warning.
Yeah.
Notty's going to come on and talk about the Jimmy Butler thing. He's also going to talk about the Tyreek thing, and so we're going to get to that a little bit later.
That's been dominating the headlines down here.
Right.
That everybody's going and having major arguments about it. I've taken a rather unique perspective when it comes to all of that talk.
Right.
And
okay.
I'd like to share whenever you guys are ready. I'll tell you more about that perspective.
Okay. All right. That's what's up. Also, the Tyreek Hill situation. So we're going to talk about that as well. But I tell you what are your thoughts, man, about the playoffs, the college football? We're going to dive into it real deep coming up in the next segment. But you got the college football playoffs. You've got the Texas Longhorns taking on the Ohio State Buckeyes. And then you've also got Penn State, the Black Bowl is what I'm calling it. James Franklin and the Penn State Nittany Lions taking on Notre Dame and Marcus Freeman and the Fighting Irish.
That's tonight.
Yeah. What's your overall thoughts on the state of college football? I guess that's a good question. With NIL, the portal, the playoffs, what are your thoughts in general about where college football is today, how different it is from just 5 years ago, 10 years ago as well?
Well, I'll be honest and tell you, man, I'm happy for the players. Most of all, happy for the players. They're paying them in high school now. You know what I mean? Like, so they're changing lives drastically. However, they got to have some kind of control over it, because they just ran Jim Larinaga, the University of Miami basketball coach, who was just in the Final Four, and he just quit. Like, I can't take no more of this shit.
Right.
Like, the older guys, they can't relate. They can't relate to it. So, that's why you don't have Nick Saban anymore. A lot of these guys, they're getting out now. It's too different for them. They have no control. Everybody's not going to Alabama anymore. The big schools, you can buy a player.
Right. Yeah.
And that's different. It's a different world.
Hey, what's give me your opinion about Teddy Bridgewater, man, and what he did down there this year with Miami Northwestern, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Teddy Bridgewater is great at life. Remember when, you know what I mean? He's great at life. Remember when Richard Sherman told Skip Bayless, I'm better at life than you?
Right.
That's Teddy Bridgewater. Like, it can't get no better than this for him. I think they should give him the key to the city. He should be able to eat at every restaurant, walk in every club, first in line. Like, he's the man right now.
So so maybe there's some people watching that don't know what we're talking about. So Teddy Bridgewater, longtime NFL quarterback, maybe played 10 years in the league, from Miami, went to Miami Northwestern High School, out of retirement from the league, got the head coaching job at his alma mater. Did they go undefeated?
I don't remember. I don't think so.
Okay, but they won a state championship, and that's like the big boy of football, like 5A or 6A or whatever it is down there in Florida, and they won the state championship.
They may have been undefeated because Miami football is different.
Right.
Miami high school football is different. They rolled to a state championship.
Wow. Yeah, they dominated in the state championship, right?
Yeah. The team that they played in the state final, Doug, was undefeated. But Miami plays a different brand of football down here. As they found out, they got shut out. They got blanked.
Wow. Now he's already come out and the story has been reported that he actually accepted a deal to go back in the NFL. But I mean, sky's the limit for this guy. Like, I could see him being the coach of the Dolphins. Like, I can see that.
Here's why he's good at life. Because you go back to your high school, they named the field in the community after you, and you run the table to the championship, and then you come out of retirement, and then you instantly go to the Detroit Lions, the number one favorite to win the Super Bowl.
Right.
And so, I mean, this sounds like it's straight out of a Disney movie. Like,
wow.
Can it end any better?
Is he suiting up for the Lions, or is he
That much? I think so.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure he is.
I'm getting the thumbs up from Notty. He's actually on the sidelines. He's suiting up for the Lions in the playoffs, which is an incredible story, man. I'm so happy for that guy. You're right. He's great at life. Sky is the limit on what he's going to be able to do. He literally could stay there at that high school at Miami Northwestern and dominate for the next 25, 30 years.
Yeah.
Like he's got to be no more than like 35 years old. And so he could just like set all types of records as far as coaching and wins in the state of Florida, which state of Florida don't hold a bag to nobody, no other state as far as high school football. So you're exactly right on that.
Yeah, and Teddy's a great guy, man. I just ran into him at a high school charity basketball game. He's still really involved in the community, does a lot of good stuff, doesn't think he's too big and high and mighty for an interview. He's a great guy. He's a great guy.
One other thing I wanted to touch with you upon before we jump to the break, and you're listening to the Two Live Stews Experience. Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart. Ryan's out today. My man Jeff Fox from the Jeff Fox Show in Miami. These fires in Cali.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. It looks like someone used the word Armageddon. And they've got 6 different fires going right now. 1,000 structures, or maybe 12,000 structures or something crazy have been burned down. Over 10,000 people have been evacuated. You can kind of relate living in Miami as long as you have, not with fires, but with hurricanes, man. Talk a little bit about what's going on out there in Cali, man.
It just scares the crap out of you. It scares the crap out of you. I don't mind being here in Miami because it's coming. you know a hurricane is coming when we get the warnings or whatever, the alerts or whatever, but Cali's a different ball game, man. And I feel for those folks, especially with what I saw in Hawaii.
Right.
It's just terrible.
Just terrible. All right. Prayers to the people out there in Los Angeles and California with these fires, man. Unbelievable. But once again, prayers and more prayers. All right. When we get back from the break, man, we're going to talk a little bit more about these matchups this weekend in college football, as well as the playoffs are here. Playoffs are here in the NFL. We're going playoffs. So we're going to give you our thoughts on the matchups and let the show flow like that, all right? A lot of good stuff to get into. Don't go away. Two Live Stews. Doug Stewart, my man Jeff Fox filling in for Ryan Stewart. Don't go away. Take it easy.
Imagine feeling invigorated and focused, not by artificial substances, but by natural pre-workout supplements. This isn't just a thought, but a reality many athletes and fitness enthusiasts are embracing. They hold the key to elevated performance without the commonly associated side effects of synthetic products. However, overlooking the potential of these supplements means missing out on that all-natural energy boost and focus. It means accepting unnecessary crashes post-workout. It's a pain point that no fitness enthusiast should grapple with, especially when there's a healthier alternative. At Lion Roar Herbs, we produce a vegan all-natural pre-workout that is proven to increase performance and boost every workout. Visit us at lionroarherbs.com to learn more and look for natural performance energy. That's NPE. We are sure you will feel the difference.
And welcome back to the show, Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart, Two Live Stews, Jeff Fox, my man from South Florida, a.k.a. Miami, in the building.
Yes, sir.
And we were supposed to play a video coming back from the break. Tree, are we there? Tree? Weren't we supposed to play a video coming back from the break?
I'm sorry. I'm trying to see what Arley needs. I apologize. Please forgive me. I'll do it.
Can we run that video? Can we run that video?
Yeah, one.
Run it. There we go. So there's a little video coming up I wanted to get your commentary on.
Damn, that looks great.
Well, welcome back to the Two Live Stews Experience. Is that the first time you've seen that or no?
It's the second time. I saw it once before, yeah.
Now, so I'm a big comic book, Marvel, DC guy or whatever, man. I love how this looks. So it comes out this summer.
Yeah.
James Gunn is the producer, director in the movie. I like it because a couple things. I like it the fact that it looks like it's going to be comic book accurate.
Yeah.
As opposed to newfangled, I'll put my spin on it,
Yeah, it does have a throwback feel to it.
Yeah.
And Superman looks a little different. He's more buff, and even Lex Luthor looks like Pitbull. It looks updated. You know what I mean? So
a lot of people up in arms because they took the last guy out. The guy's name is Henry Cavill or Cavill or whatever. But a lot of people like that guy, and they don't like this new guy. But I like it. One thing that when I first saw the video, the dog Crypto, like they brought Crypto back.
Yeah, you got to be a real Superman geek to understand who Crypto is, because a lot of folks don't know that there was a Crypto.
There was a dog named Crypto that aided Superman in fighting the bad guys. You're watching the 2 Live Studios Experience. Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart, my man Jeff Fox filling in for Ryan today. Real short show, in and out. We're going to be done at around 8:15, about an hour from now, but we still got a full slate of things we're going to get to. We got Notty with the Funky Four, and we got Arley with the Arley Report, where we're going to talk some entertainment. But this weekend is big weekend in sports. Obviously, we're in the playoffs. We're in the college football playoffs as well now. Let's talk a little bit about these matchups in college football, Jeff. Give me your thoughts on Texas versus Ohio State. To me, Ohio State is the strongest looking team based on what they've done in these playoffs thus far. They look like they're the team to beat out of the 4 remaining teams. What are your thoughts, Texas versus Ohio State?
As much as I hate to admit it, being down here in hurricane country, and we have legendary hate for the Luckeyes, as we call them down here.
Right.
But yeah, you're dead on with the Ohio State Buckeyes, man. I mean, the way they dispatched of some pretty good teams so far in the playoffs, they're it. They're it. I don't see Texas getting by them.
Okay, and then you've got, and I agree, I think Ohio State's going to take it. And, yeah, you just reminded me, like, plenty of battles between Ohio State and Miami. I actually went to a game at Ohio State at the Horseshoe when Terrell Pryor was the quarterback of Ohio State. And
I know the game.
Yeah. And so I actually went to that game, and obviously we had the national championship with some missed calls at the end of the game. Where
they
Ohio
stole it.
They stole a national championship from them.
Yeah,
they did.
It.
Yeah. So a lot of history between Ohio State and Miami that you can attest to. Second game, Penn State. I'm calling it the Black Bowl. Penn State taking on Notre Dame. James Franklin, the head coach of Penn State, against Marcus Freeman and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. To me, the second best team in these college football playoffs is Notre Dame, and not that far behind. Marcus Freeman has done a wonderful job as the head coach of Notre Dame, bringing them back to prominence. Notre Dame hadn't been Notre Dame in a long, long time, and he's had the job for a couple of years now. Was voted Coach of the Year a couple of years ago as well. I like Notre Dame in this. Really, I think the kind of like the weak piece of Penn State is their quarterback play, and so Notre Dame really like what they're doing. I like Notre Dame in this game. What about you?
I know I'm a guest here on the show, guest host, but this is really bothering me that Penn State and Notre Dame in our stadium in Miami, we don't like it. Like, I don't give a damn who wins the game. But clearly, I think Notre Dame, the way they played against the Bulldogs, man, they're going to be in a national championship possibly of Ohio State and Notre Dame. It couldn't get any worse for us down here in South Florida.
Right. Everybody remembers convicts versus Catholics.
Yep.
You remember that?
Yeah, and bad blood on both sides.
On both sides, yeah. All right, NFL. Big matchups this weekend starting tomorrow, or not tomorrow. Today is Thursday. Starting Saturday, you got the Chargers taking on the Texans and the Steelers and the Ravens. The big game this weekend, I think, is the Steelers and the Ravens. Long, long history in the same division. For the longest time, the Steelers had the Ravens number. Ravens got and exacted a little bit of revenge on the Steelers the past game and got a victory against them. And this weekend in Baltimore, Steelers taking on Ravens. I like the Ravens in this. I like the Ravens to make it to the Super Bowl. And maybe it's just me hoping that the Ravens are going to make it to the Super Bowl. What are your thoughts on Steelers-Ravens?
Well, we love Lamar Jackson. He's from South Florida, and he's been balling down here since he was a kid. I think you said it on your show a couple of weeks ago, or maybe last week, that he's had the greatest season any quarterback has ever had. And I totally agree with you on that. So, I feel bad for Mike Tomlin and the Steelers. They've lost 4 in a row, and it's going to be 5 after this game.
Yeah, highest quarterback efficiency, second highest quarterback efficiency in league history, threw for over 4,000 yards, threw 40-something touchdowns, almost ran for 1,000 yards.
Yeah.
This is not hyperbole. The guy has had the greatest year, if you factor in everything, because what people will do is they'll try to, leave out the rushing yards, or they won't make mention that the dude only threw 4 interceptions and none of them were his fault. Statistically, he's having probably, I would argue, the greatest year of a quarterback in NFL history. And that's saying a lot. That's saying a lot. But the fact that he protected the ball and literally had and threw no interceptions, I think is something that puts him at the top of the list, man.
Yeah. And the haters are going to throw King Henry at you. They're going to bring up the fact that Josh Allen has been phenomenal this year, which he has.
He has.
But it's all about Lamar, man. Lamar's next level. He's the cheat code.
He's the cheat code. Absolutely. Absolutely. Then Sunday, you got the Broncos and the Bills. You just talked about Josh Allen and the Packers and the Eagles. So Jalen Hurts practiced yesterday, so he's in that concussion protocol. He's got to pass and do a few more things before he's going to get the green light to play in this game. So what are your thoughts, Broncos and Bills?
Broncos and Bills. Bo Nix looks pretty good for Denver, but I think Josh Allen is locked in. I think the Bills are going to win that one.
Okay, Packers and Eagles.
Packers and Eagles. If Jalen Hurts is not in the lineup, watch out, because Jordan Love, he can pull an upset here. He's that good against the Eagles' good defense, and Jalen Hurts to me is the key to this game.
All right, and we're talking right now about some NFL football. The Two Live Shoes experience, Doug Stewart and my man Jeff Fox from South Florida joining us early on the Thursday morning. Last game on Sunday, Commanders on the road taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. First round matchup. Jalen Daniels, just a phenomenal year. Really has catapulted himself in the conversation as one of the best quarterbacks in the league. I think the Bucs a little bit too much too early for Jalen Daniels, and I like the Bucs in this game. What are your thoughts?
I wouldn't be surprised if the Commanders win this game because Jalen Daniels is that good. I knew it since he was coming into the league out of LSU. I wanted him for the Raiders. Antonio Pierce wanted him on the Raiders.
Right.
We didn't get him, and look what happened in D.C. But the Baker man, he's cooking.
Right.
He's been cooking all year. Tampa Bay is my dark horse team. Just remember I told you guys.
Wow.
My dark horse team.
To make it to the Super Bowl?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. They can beat the Lions. The Lions can be had.
Right. Okay. Yeah. That's what's up. And lastly, on Monday night, starting next week, so we'll do a show in between now and then, but the Vikings taking on the Rams on Monday Night Football. What are your thoughts on that one?
This could be the game of the weekend. Vikings, I see why they put it on Monday night. I believe in Sam Darnold.
Right.
I know he had a bad game in the primetime game last week, but they've been doing it all year as well. I think he'll bounce back. I think Minnesota wins.
All right. So a lot of NFL and college football action this weekend. You mentioned it that you were on vacation. Did you head, and you're originally from the Bahamas. You were born in the Bahamas?
Yes. Freeport.
So you went down there during the holiday. How was that?
Man, phenomenal. Like I don't know what took me so long. I just ate a lot of good conch salad and fish, fried fish and stuff.
Okay, stop right there. Talk to me a little bit more. Talk to the people a little bit more about this conch.
It is an aphrodisiac. It puts a little pep in your step, a little glide in your stride.
So for people that don't know, that aren't from the South, I think in general, and more directly from the islands, conch is whatever that big ass snail is in the big ass shells you find on the side of on the beach. You see them big ass shells on the beach?
Yeah.
Conch is a big ass snail that crawls up in that, and they eat the hell out of it down in Miami.
Oh yeah. They love it down here in South Florida. You can make conch fritters, conch salad, cracked conch, any kind of conch you can eat. You can grab it out the shell and eat it right there, raw. And the ladies love it too.
Oh, the ladies love it too.
Yeah.
How old were you when you moved from the Bahamas to Miami?
Oh man, I graduated. Let's say I was about 30.
30?
Yeah.
Oh man, I thought you came to Miami as a kid. You was a grown ass man and you came to Miami.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I had a record deal. It's a
Whoa.
Yeah.
You had a record deal? Hold on. You think you know a guy. You had a record deal.
I had a record deal, man. I thought I was going to be the next.
I know your daughter's in the industry. I want to talk about that at some point today too as well. But you had a record deal? I did not know. Hold on. Inquiring minds want to know. We're going to find out more later. But when we get back from the break, we're going to have the birthdays. We're going to talk to Arley. We got a couple things going on. And then we're going to find out about this record deal. Oh, man, Jeff is like Kumo D. I didn't know you were Kumo D.
Yo, man, I was doing it from back then. Marketing them with the big chains and all.
Okay, all right, hold on. We're going to find out some details on this. Don't go away. The Two Live Stews Experience.
When you know what to do with what you got, you can do more with it. All right. So shouts out to my man Lavrell as well as the World Changers, making this thing happen and getting it done with your financial needs. All right. The World Changers help empower individuals and communities throughout financial education and implementation. Your agent Lavrell Hawkins has made significant strides in the financial services industry, using his expertise to guide and support others in achieving financial stability as well as success. Lavrell uses an holistic approach that addresses the mental, physical, financial, and spiritual aspects of being in a well space and place when it comes to your finances, all right? Y'all give them a call, 919-764-4626. That's 919-764-4626. The World Changes Financials and Lavrell are dedicated to empowering you and your communities through financial education and implementation. 919-764-4626.
Just linger, they carve through the night. Echoes of choices that dimmed my light. Soul cries out like wings bound in pain, yearning for freedom to feel whole again. Oh, Savior, hear me.
What's up, y'all? Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey,
Now wait a minute.
Yeah.
What was that all about? Was that AI?
Child, y'all just don't know. R. Kelly in the jail making them good songs.
What?
I'm just kidding. That's the whole thing, and we're gonna get into it. But first, before we get into it,
Good morning, Arley.
Good morning.
Y'all know each other, Jeff. Arley, Jeff.
We know each other in the internet space, but not in real life.
Never in real life. And I hate to break the news this way, but I've been a huge Arleywood fan since day one. I don't want to get all Skip Bayless here, but I think she's gorgeous.
Please don't get Skip Bayless. Oh my God, he was not one.
Right.
Please.
I mean, you know what? Word on the street, you want him to get Skip Bayless. There's a check behind it, allegedly.
Yeah.
A nice one, too. Over $1 million.
I tried to bring my good senator wife hair back from Monday. Right. But it didn't want to do right.
Okay.
Good morning. We're gonna come back to that video, so y'all hold your horses. But this is your girl, Arley Michelle, live with the Two Live Stews Experience. Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart missing in action, and the great Jeff on
he under the weather, allegedly.
Under it. He ain't under no weather. That ninja just want a day off. He Ferris Bueller's day off. Right. You know how we do it? Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to actor Omari Hardwick, who is 51 today. Rapper Sean Paul, 52. We got stair-step babies in this thing. Comedian Deion Cole, 53. Former NBA little big man, Muggsy Bogues is 60. I used to love Muggsy Bogues.
Wow.
Wow.
I was a wee little child when Muggsy Bogues played. Former NFL wide receiver and just huge personality.
Wait. Stop. Why'd you feel the need to put on your leprechaun voice talking about Muggsy Bogues? That's real disrespectful. The man is 5'7", and you put on your leprechaun voice. Come on now, Arley.
He's a legend up in Baltimore, so you know.
Oh, I love. You don't understand how much I love him because I just felt like, you know, as a not as people I used to call myself vertically challenged. As a vertically challenged individual, I was all for him running up through there, taking it to the hole,
people's legs or whatnot. Yeah,
I loved him. Y'all, it's also NFL wide receiver Chad Ochocinco Johnson. He's 47 today. And Matthew Knowles, the daddy of Beyonce, music executive and Destiny Child's former manager, is 73 today. So happy birthday to all the people.
Happy birthday, Matthew Knowles. You know Matthew Knowles is the bros too. You did know that, right?
No.
Absolutely.
That you know that Arley Michelle.
Yeah. He the bros.
No, he crossed for y'all let what Okay, Matthew.
You want to find out where he crossed at? I can't remember. I think he crossed at Texas Southern.
Probably did.
I'll look it up.
I love that. Yeah. Well, y'all, let's talk about this video. So y'all saw the video. It has gotten probably millions of views now by the time I watch it because everybody's sharing it in their own networks and saying, oh my God, what is this? R. Kelly made music. Now, other people have made music while they're in prison. I am not quite sure why R. Kelly hasn't. If you listen to it, it sounds like something passionate that R. Kelly would sing, but you got to listen a little bit longer and you can hear, I don't know who's voicing it. I don't know if it's an AI voice because that Justin Bieber one almost got us. Mm-hmm. When you look it up online, it's not there. But what really is interesting is Meta came out. So the real reason I was thinking about it was Meta said they are not fact checking on Instagram or Facebook anymore. Some of y'all gonna come out of the Facebook and these Instagram jails because ain't nobody gonna care what you talking about. Eminem is about to be the founding fathers. Like it's about to be a whole mess. People just gonna make up stuff. You talk about having to educate your own kids now. Right. Y'all was worried about what they were doing in the schools before. I need y'all to pull out some books because it's about to be a whole mess.
Encyclopedias are going to make a comeback.
I hope so.
You know,
some got to give.
Yeah. So they're not fact checking. So anybody that's got a good AI program is just going to wreak havoc online with fake stuff, fake news.
Fake news.
Wow.
So if you remember, Mark Zuckerberg took Trump off 4 years ago. He banned him from Facebook or whatever. Well, now he down there at Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah.
Mar-a-Lago. Man, it's tongue twisting. He's down there meeting with him. They gave $1 million to his inauguration campaign. They buddies now, so he about to come back and just. I think people are like, it's so many parts to this, but the main thing is y'all need to make sure. I don't know if we're gonna have to. Like, I had to get off X because when Elon Musk purchased it, he allowed for just what they're calling it free speech. But free speech does have its limits legally. There are free speech limits. But Meta is saying that it is discontinuing its fact-checking program in the United States. So that means everybody else is still going to get their facts checked. They just want us to be all foolish and dumb over here to allow for more free expression. That means you'll no longer see warnings on posts that are flagged as untrue, such as conspiracy theories or disinformation. Instead, the company will outsource that job to its users in a community notes way like they do on X.
Wow, that's big. And a lot of this stuff is going like under the radar. Like it's not getting as much conversation as it should. Like this is a big, big thing.
Distractions.
Yeah.
Distractions.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So things like, when I was looking at Meta's, their whole, we ain't gonna check what y'all talking about, we don't care. It says it might not catch a lot of the bad things, but it'll keep us from, taking out the good people who got flagged unnecessarily. So y'all will be coming out of Facebook jail, but so would everybody. It's like they just Open
And
the
that's
floodgates.
and that's kind of like a conversation, like a extension of the conversation about TikTok. Like the reason why, TikTok is looked at from by a lot of people as a bad thing is because you can't really monitor it, and the algorithms of what the kids over here see as compared to other countries is crazy. Like it's originated out of China, but the Chinese kids only see positive things, only educational things. They don't see the crap and the and all of the
dancing
food.
videos.
Right. They don't
Not
see
doing
that
all
stuff
that.
over there. They use it for educational purposes, as over here we just use it for ratchetness. And so
Wretched.
Twerking.
this whole internet AI thing is definitely going in a bad direction.
And
Yeah.
so if you notice, they say only in the US. So they will continue in China
Right.
and Australia and all those places. Like Australia just instituted, you had to be 16 years old to even get on social media. We are not protecting our kids over here at all. And I know it's not the government's job to do any of those things. Shout out to Eric David. Thank you so
Shouts
much,
out to
Eric David.
David for the $20 super chat. Thank you, Eric David.
You got something you want to talk about, Eric?
Yeah, if you have anything you want to talk about, Eric, we appreciate that donation. Put it in the chat and we'll give you a mention. Thank you so much, my brother.
Anything that's because like you said, Doug, they're over there doing science experiments and learning things. They said truly, if you ask children in those other countries what they want to be, they're talking about doctors, astronauts, lawyers, things like that. You ask us, we all want to be influencers.
Right.
Everybody, it's just continuing it's just a dumbing down of America.
Right.
We can be the biggest superpower we want to, especially considering they're talking about Canada come on in, Mexico come on in. We're going to be larger than, Russia, and we'll be this, that, and the other. But what are you offering us?
Right.
It's not good. So, yeah, y'all be careful out there on that Facebook and that Instagram streets, because it's going to be a lot of lies. You think there was some mess going on.
Man, that thing looked, that video looked real authentic.
I was,
and it sounded real authentic. It sounded like R. Kelly.
Yeah, they got me. They got me. If that's AI, they got me.
Yep, that's how they doing it. Next up, Twitch's wife about to get she coming on the wrong side. Now you had married a man of color, and she goes out in an interview. Y'all know he passed away. He committed suicide in 2022, in December of 2022, and it was a shock to everybody. He, as if you don't know, Stephen Twitch boss was Ellen DeGeneres's. He was considered an executive producer. And he was like her DJ on the show. He was on So You Think You Can Dance as a host, and worked on that show. Well, his wife is now coming out with a book in February. On February 4th, she'll be dropping a new book. And she drops bombshells about the things she didn't know that he was dealing with. Like she's reading his journals, and she shared excerpts of his journals saying, he was talking about having been molested as a child. He was dealing with some drug issues. She found drug paraphernalia in the closet and all these kind of things. Well, his family is livid.
Yeah, that's crossing the line.
Yeah.
I mean, there's got to be an unwritten rule that you don't read someone's private, or you don't expose someone's private information after you're gone. That's real tacky.
He looked like the happiest guy on television, didn't he? He did, the way he did the dancing and all of that.
Right. That's the scary part about it. And that's what now her contention is, look, I'm only doing this because if I can just save one person, that's what Twitch would have wanted me to do by sharing this information, by helping somebody else. His family is like, oh no, you didn't. You don't do fame. And Essence comes out with a statement, a long statement basically saying, let those who try to tarnish your name remember this. We knew who you were and whose you were. Thieves can never steal and dim the light of a champion. May every tongue that rise against you fall on deaf ears. Now take that to the bank and cash it. And they had some other things to say, but it is, she's catching a lot of backlash for revealing, some very private things. And some of the stuff she said, I don't think it's like a drug. He smoked weed. He would go back there and where the kids can see him, and he smoked a little. And she said he was trying to self-medicate. He probably, like the rest of this world, this stuff is legal now. I don't understand.
Yeah. See, that's the problem. The messages being distorted. We don't know exactly what is in. I don't like that at all. I hate that type of stuff right there.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
Yeah.
I'll say it before and I'll say it again. When Jaguar Wright comes out and telling my truth for me, don't do that. I might not have wanted people to know I was molested or I was whatever. I'm holding on to it for a reason. It's not about to help what it might do for people to say, oh, shoot, I'm definitely not going to tell, because people going to tell other folks all live. You don't know how people will respond to that. So I feel some kind of way that she did that. We will continue to monitor that story.
And part of it's probably got to do with making some money as well, which is tacky also.
That's what his family is like. It's a money grab. You know, he got a mama.
Right.
Mama ain't playing that. Mama about to come get her.
Arley,
had to get drugged.
That's the first time I ever saw you reference black people. Okay. I didn't know that's how we did it. I thought we was exclusively on this talking about the colonizers. We're talking
colonizers, but I got some color. So y'all watch out, because her book comes out February 4th. Her family, his family is like, yeah, it's a money grab. That's the only reason she's saying all this, because you got to sensationalize stuff so people go, oh, let me go read in the book.
Right.
So
Wow.
y'all stay tuned. Have an amazing rest of your week, Stew Nation. Great to see you, Fox.
Thank you.
Also,
I love your voice. Love your voice, Arley. You can sing for me anytime.
Ooh.
Hey, Arley, keep listening. We're going to talk to Jeff about this music stuff. I didn't know he was People Bryson. He was People Bryson. Yeah.
Just once.
Yeah. We're gonna get to that. Maybe Jeff can sign you to this label.
Hey Jeff, I'm ready. I'm ready for a hook.
I'm actually A&R of a record label. I'll tell you guys all about it.
What?
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna get to that.
He got y'all.
All right, thank you, Arley. When we get back from the break, Notty's gonna join us with the Funky Four. Don't go away. 2 Live Students Experience.
Have you ever been stranded on the side of the road, Arley?
Yes.
It's not comfortable, is it?
No.
Dogs and poodles, if you find yourself in a jam on the side of the highway, give my folks at Bay 11 Towing a call, 404-770-6949. Again, that's 404-770-6949. Being stranded on the side of the road in Metro Atlanta is very stressful and dangerous. Bay 11 Towing is who you need to call, whether you're dealing with a flat tire, dead battery, full-on breakdown, or whatever that may have you on the side of the road. Call our folks at Bay 11 Towing, and they will get to you with a competitive rate and quicker than everybody else in town. Again, that's Bay 11 Towing. That number is 404-770-6949.
Welcome back to the show, the 2 Live Stews Experience. Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart, the makeup of those stews. We used to say that a lot. Ryan's out today, but we got my man Jeff Fox from the bottom.
Fox
filling in.
in the building.
Yes, sir.
And now joining us is the Dread, the Notty Dread. Dread, what's up, baby? How you?
Man, I already the same suit just reheated.
All right. So Notty got the Funky Four, the 4 biggest stories that we haven't gotten a chance to get to. Roll it out, Notty.
We're gonna get into it, man. I know Jeff Fox down in Miami. You got Jimmy Butler, who said he's lost his joy and he wants out. Reports have it that Golden State might be interested, but they're also interested in Vucevic from Chicago. A couple teams have expressed interest in Jimmy Butler. What's your thoughts on Jimmy Butler wanting out of Miami, man?
Yeah, what's the street saying in Miami, Jeff?
They're all blaming Jimmy. They call him a malcontent. He does it everywhere he goes, but they don't know the truth. I blame Pat Riley. Okay. That's who I blame. I blame Pat Riley because Jimmy Butler gave it all he had as a player. He took this team to 2 NBA finals. Okay, and it's Jimmy Butler and a bunch of YMCA guys. I mean, let's face it. Gabe Vincent, Max Strus, they're adequate role players, but Jimmy needed a dog. He needed another one. He was by himself.
Bam is no good.
Bam is too inconsistent. No, he's not it.
Tyler Hero is no good.
He's not it.
Wow.
He needs a dog. He needs a Donovan Mitchell. He needs a Kevin Durant. Pat Riley after the big 3. You need one of those type of guys, man.
So you're saying he's not the dog, he needs a dog, or you're saying he needs a dog by him as well?
He needs a dog by him as well. You can't win the chip by yourself. You just can't do it.
Right.
You can't get to a chip by yourself.
No.
I mean, unless you name LeBron.
Well, Jimmy did it. Jimmy did it. I saw playoff Jimmy, bro. Playoff Jimmy is real. That's as real as it gets. He was Wade-esque when he took them. I'm talking about the first Heat championship when Wade averaged like 35 a game. That was Jimmy during a couple of those championship and playoff runs with the Heat.
Right, but they didn't win the
He forgot.
championship though. You're saying he was that level of player like
Yes.
Dwayne Wade was when
In the
Dwayne
playoffs,
Wade-
in the
okay, got it.
playoffs,
Yeah.
he's
In the
extraordinary.
playoffs.
He's
Right.
extraordinary in the playoffs. But what is Pat Riley supposed to do? He's getting $55 million this coming up. He's getting up there in age. You can't extend him for another $60 million a year.
Also, add on to that, is it a technical thing with Spoelstra and how they're using him and how he's works with the team, the other players around him? What's the deal?
Well, athletes, as you guys know, are reluctant to admit when they're starting to get up there and past their prime. Jimmy's not playoff Jimmy anymore.
Right.
I mean, he can do it maybe on a couple of, he can't do it in back-to-back games, which he was able to do when he took this team, put him on his back, and took him to the finals. He can't do that no more. So I don't blame Pat Riley for not paying him. All I'm saying is Pat Riley failed when he, to win the chip when he could have.
To bring him more help is what you're saying.
Bring him more help.
Okay.
That's where he failed. Pat Riley's legacy in South Florida is secure. He's the greatest front office executive this city has ever seen. But you failed Jimmy, bro. Like that's it. He dropped the ball.
All right, next story, Notty. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say who failed Tyreek Hill.
This is my first time. I haven't been in the playoffs, man. So, I mean, for me, like I said, man, I just got to do what's best for me and my family, dog. If that's here, if that's wherever the case may be, man, I'm finna open that door for myself, dog. As I'm opening the door, like I'm out, bro. So it was great playing here, but at the end of the day, bro, I got to do what's best for for my career and what's best, because I'm too much of a competitor to be just out there.
Mean you thinking about leaving here?
If it is, hey,
What's your thoughts, man? Because I'm kind of confused about this. Because is he saying he just wants to play on a better team for opportunity to win? Because usually that type of interview is somebody mad about money. Like he's not going to get more money somewhere else. He's under contract, right? I mean, what are your thoughts? What are they saying down there at the bottom about this?
I had a local media guy, Josh Moser from WSVN, on my show yesterday, and we got to the bottom of it. Tyreek is just angry, frustrated. We shouldn't necessarily put mics in front of people when they have devastating losses like that. You know what I mean? Like, that's just momentary frustration. He ain't going nowhere.
Okay.
It's a whole lot to do about nothing. Really.
Right.
My question is, between Tyreek Hill and Jimmy Butler, who's more valuable in Miami?
Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill. Asked me that 5 years ago. Jimmy Butler, because playoff Jimmy, like I told you, man, is something I've never seen before and probably won't see again, other than the big three. He's that good, legendary.
What's y'all thoughts about Tua? What's y'all thoughts about the organization right now in general and where it's headed?
People are upset at the fact that Stephen Ross is bringing back Chris Greer and Mike McDaniel, but. You gotta, if you're gonna go with Tua as your quarterback, Mike McDaniel's the best thing for Tua. Tua's the best thing for Mike McDaniel. They had an off year. Last year they dropped like 70 on the Broncos. This year they couldn't score at a whorehouse in Vegas. They just couldn't do it. So it is what it is, man. But I think I ran out of patience with him. Chris Greer gets a lot of respect around the NFL. People love him as an executive, but they just ain't. Miami fans ain't trying to hear that. They ain't trying to hear that.
Yeah, I mean,
Dolphin fans deserve better.
You can't win with Tua, and you can't win with Mike McDaniels. I mean,
Yeah.
Mike McDaniels came out with some comments just a couple days ago where guys are coming in late. They're not respecting him. I mean, he's lost the locker room. And you got a quarterback who can't stay healthy, so how can you possibly win with that? So I feel Tyreek Hill, but they just gave him a buttload of money.
Yeah. Stephen Ross is not cheap, man. He wrote a couple of big bags, and just gave it out. Jalen Waddle got a new contract. Tua got his money, and this is what they get. It's mediocre.
Wow. Okay.
Right. Well, talking about mediocre, Antonio Pierce was very mediocre with the Las Vegas Raiders, and for him it was just bad timing because Tom Brady became a minority investor into the team, and he was going to have a right to pick the coach, and Tom Brady wanted to get his guy in. So reportedly, according to Bleacher Report, Fox Report, Tom Brady reached out to Bill Belichick about leaving UNC to actually come coach the Raiders. Now, in order for Bill Belichick to get out of that North Carolina deal before June 1st, he'll have to have a $10 million buyout. After June 1st, it's only $1 million buyout. So it does. There's a lot of stuff made about Brady
repeat that one more
being
time.
on bad terms.
Repeat those terms again, Notty, one more time.
If Belichick opts out of the North Carolina deal before June 1st, he has to pay a $10 million buyout.
To
after
North Carolina.
June 1st, yes, after June 1st, it's $1 million buyout. So your thoughts on Tom Brady reaching out to Belichick for the Vegas coaching job?
Belichick is not going to coach a game in North Carolina. I don't think it's going to happen because it's not just the Raiders. It's several different teams that have shown interest in Belichick. It's almost like they're not even like they're disrespecting and disregarding the whole North Carolina thing. Belichick wanted to coach in the NFL. I think he settled on the North Carolina thing. I would be very surprised if Belichick isn't the head coach. There's so many openings open now. I would be very surprised if Belichick doesn't shaft North Carolina, okay, and is back in the NFL this coming year.
Yeah, I feel bad for Antonio Pierce. You know, he's a Raider at heart, as a Raider fan growing up.
Jeff is a Raider fan.
I am a Raider fan as well. But where do we sign the check, bro? Like, yeah, Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, Super Bowl pedigree. I'm taking it. We've been losing so much. I'm taking it. Absolutely.
You think Mark Davis would be willing to pay that $10 million buyout?
He's
Plus,
paying. Yeah.
give Belichick his salary. Plus, you got to still pay Antonio Pierce for what, the next 2 years?
And you're paying John Gruden and the other dumbass from New England. What's his name? Josh McDaniels or something like that. Yeah.
I think the Raiders have been so bad for so long or inconsequential that an opportunity like this to have Belichick and Tom Brady, I think they got to take it. If they don't take it, that says a lot about them. We'll see. We'll see.
Well, Belichick did yesterday he was on the recruiting trail recruiting for North Carolina. So I don't know. It seems like he may not take it, but once again, money talks.
Money talks. BS
Money
runs
talks.
a marathon. Yeah.
All right, now the ended up. We got Gabby Thomas. She's on the cover of Vogue. Also,
it's a tall drink of water.
Right. This is the winter edition. Also, Angel Reese made the cover of Vogue. Women in sports and who also love fashion. My question to you guys: who's the most attractive female athlete you ever seen?
Ever?
You can go to the past. You can go to now. I mean, who's the most attractive female?
I mean, that's a great question, Notty.
Yeah.
You should have gave us you should have told us this in advance so I could have prepped.
No, it ain't no fun if I tell you in advance. Don't nobody just come to your mind?
The chick who played college basketball at Notre Dame. What's her name? She plays in the WNBA.
Little light skin shorty.
Diggins.
Yeah,
Skylar Diggins.
Yeah,
Skylar Diggins super fine now.
I remember Lil Wayne. He was shooting his shot. You remember? So,
I was about to say somebody like FloJo. Florence Griffith Joyner was super fine back in the day.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Give me a second before we get out here today. I'll give you a couple different names.
Yeah,
there's a lot of women in track. There's a lot of there's a few female, women's basketball players that are super fine as well. Give me a minute. I'll give you some names.
Yeah. I mean, there's been plenty, definitely in the track game. Off the top of my head, I would say old Serena, not this new Serena, not white chick Serena, but Compton Serena.
White chick Serena.
That's not sad. White chick Serena.
Yeah, that's bad. That's sad.
Yeah, Serena got the Sammy Sosa syndrome going on over there.
Right.
Right. And when Serena was in her late 20s, early 30s, she could get it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, but that girl from Jamaica, Ann Fisher or whatever her name is. I can't remember her name, but them girls from Jamaica, man. You can pick any one of them. It'll work.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, Notty, man, good stuff, brother.
All right, Jeff. Good seeing you, man.
Hey,
All right,
man.
y'all
No
stay
doubt,
warm.
man. No doubt, we will.
Yeah,
We will.
yeah. All right. When we get back from the break, we're going to wrap up today's show. We got the memes, 48, the last 48, the biggest memes in the Two Live Stews Facebook chat group in the last 48 hours. We're going to find out about this record deal Jeff came to America for, came to the States for, and we're going to wrap up the show. All right. Real compact today. Had some scheduling conflicts. Ryan wasn't feeling well. I got to be somewhere. So short show, but impactful. All right. Don't go away. Two Live Stews. Girl, I had to ask because you're so fine.
Wasn't that a great era?
Oh, that was a classic era.
Great era, man.
Come
Jerome.
on.
Jerome was my guy.
That whole
You
that whole era, what they call it? That whole era with Prince and the Revolution and
That was that Minnesota music, man.
yeah, they called it something though. They called it something. The dudes was dressing up like Charlie Murphy made fun of it. The dudes was dressing up like women, and the women. What was it called? He talked about it in the skit. He talked about it on the skit on Dave Chappelle. It'll come to me. It'll come to me. Welcome back to the show. The Two Live Stews, Doug Short Ryan. Short Ryan is out today. My man Jeff Fox joining us, filling in for Ryan. He's done a fantastic job. Jeff, you know how this works. The last 48, the biggest memes in the Two Live Stews Facebook chat group over the last 48 hours. First one from the Atlanta Falcons, the first team in NFL history with a 300-yard passer, 175-yard receiver, and a 150-yard rusher in the same game, each under the age of 25. That's what happened in the last game against the Carolina Panthers. It didn't matter. They still lost. The point we wanted to show that, or I think we wanted to let the people see that is because, yes, the Falcons had a tough year. Yes, Kirk Cousins stole from us. He stole. He backed up an armored truck and basically with a mask and took $100 million from us. Okay,
Ain't the first time he did it. It ain't the first time.
The Falcons got a bright future under Michael Penix Jr. What are your thoughts about this quarterback, man?
And Penix made a pass in that last game. I think it was a touchdown to Drake London or something. Like, he zipped it.
Yeah,
with
he
the
got
left hand.
real stuff behind his passes. Yes.
Yeah. The Falcons have a bright future.
So Bijan Robinson and running back talked about in the meme. You just mentioned Drake London, Michael Penix Jr. We got a nice, solid, young base. Okay, this was Bijan's second year in the league. The sky's the limit. We're going to cry a little bit and we're going to sulk about what happened with the team this year. We had bigger expectations. They really controlled their own destiny and they didn't follow through with it. But the future is bright for the Falcons. Send them people that they took who the organization took their land, the church. Send them people a couple of checks, and hopefully we can get up from under that curse, and the Falcons will be back. Yeah.
Yeah, my co-host Jenny Jones on the Jeff Fox show, she's a huge Atlanta Falcons fan, and she had a tough year.
Yeah,
had a tough year.
You see the little note right there, the top 5 results. Me and Ryan did the top 5 board games of all times.
Mm-hmm.
The poll, the voting is over. The voting is over at 5 p.m. on Wednesdays. It's over. So we have a winner, but we're going to announce it on Monday.
Okay.
We're going to announce on Monday because Ryan's not here, and we want him to be able to defend himself.
Yeah, the battles are intense when you guys do that top 5. Like it gets
Absolutely.
It gets intense. Like
we compete on everything, and damn it, we compete on this top 5. And somebody's going to be happy Monday.
It is what it is.
Yeah. And I think this is the last one. It might not be the last one. After a uncompetitive loss to the Arizona Cardinals, Gerard Mayo surprised New England Patriots executives and coaches when he opted to play cards with players on the plane ride back rather than watch film with the assistants. Watch film for what?
Exactly.
So what the reason I wanted to show that meme is because what's happening right now is where the bullshit starts.
Yep.
They're going to try to defame him. They're going to.
Yep.
They're literally from using a street term, they're sprinkling salt on him.
Yep.
You know, on the way out of the door. Okay, whether that's true or not, him wanting to play cards on the plane, his explanation could be the season's over. I'm trying to build some camaraderie with my players. That could be a valid explanation. We don't know what happened. Why would you say something like that? Why would you report or leak that? They probably didn't report it. They probably leaked it. They probably leaked it just to defame him and to make themselves look better as an organization. What are your thoughts?
It's a playbook. It's a playbook.
It's
a familiar playbook.
Right.
It's what they do whenever, you let go of a guy that you should have given a chance to, but he just happened to have too much melanin. And so you got to put a little salt in the game, as you said, Doug. And that's what they're doing. I thought the Patriots weren't very talented, but they played hard. Most games.
Right.
They played hard.
Right.
I don't want to play them.
Real quick story, and this will be something in the book, and you're watching the Two Live Stews experience. When we got ran out of the industry and out of the building, we saw and sat down with several other executives and people that were interested in the stews. Not to get into too many details. I actually was on one quote unquote interview with an executive at this radio station, and okay.
Yeah.
And he starts saying, yeah, so from what I understand, you guys were hard to work with over there at the radio station. And I was like, what do you mean we were hard to work with? Yeah, that's just what the word going around right now, that you guys were divas. I was like, diva? Who told you something like that? Well, I'm just saying, you're not saying that's true? Like I said right in front of this guy, I was like, fuck no, that's not true. That's bullshit.
Right.
And he looked at me, oh, well, I'm just saying. No, you ain't saying nothing. That's the point. And that's exactly what the situation with Mayo is to me right now is on your way out, they sprinkle you so you can't be productive. So your profile is diminished. Okay.
Yep.
Just out of spite.
They did it to Brian Flores. Remember?
Absolutely.
They did it to Brian Flores.
Right.
So it is what it is.
I think we got one more. I think we got one more tree. Ooh, I've been on this little car kick lately. And I actually like probably once a day or once every other day post one of these classic muscle car memes. You got the 70 Camaro or the 67 Firebird convertible. Which one you like best, Jeff?
I think I like the 67 Firebird convertible. It reminds me of the James Bond car in a little bit. A little bit. I had one of those when I was a kid. Sorry.
So and Jeff, you about my age. How old are you?
59.
Okay, so you're 50. 50 how much?
59.
You're 59. Damn,
Yeah,
you old as Methuselah. I didn't know you were that goddamn old.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you remember these cars probably even better than me. These young people that are driving these Hellcats and all of these high-powered engine cars that you can hear from a mile down the street, they wouldn't understand how big that Camaro was. They wouldn't understand how big that Trans Am, that Firebird. They do not understand how popular that model car, that body style car was of the Trans Am, the Firebird was in the 70s. If you had one of them, if you had the little Firebird on your hood of your car,
Yeah.
you was the shit.
Yes, you were. My uncle had one of those.
Yes,
So,
yes.
I remember he was the coolest uncle. He reminded me of Link from the Mod Squad with the big afro and everything, So
Right. Good stuff. All right, yeah, I'll go with the Firebird. Man. The Firebird was the joy. All right, one more tree. You're watching Two Live Stews Experience. This is the last one, right? And this is perfect because this will lead us into the conversation about your record career. Men's viewpoint, fellas. How do you feel about our elderly rappers? First of all, I don't think that's proper term from a man.
That's Jim Jones.
Jim Jones. Yeah. How do you feel about our elderly rappers still dressing like teenagers or their younger peers at age 48? Should he present a different image to our youth? Just a question. What are your thoughts on this, Jeff? What the guy's saying in this post? Men's viewpoint.
As an old school rapper myself, I see nothing wrong with it because we don't get these types of questions for 67 or 97-year-old Mick Jagger and them performing at halftime of the Super Bowl. They don't judge the old school rock stars on the same, criteria. Why are you judging, Jim Jones and Slick Rick and all these other guys if they want to come out and wear the stuff that they're known for?
That's what they dress. That's how they dress.
How else are they supposed to dress?
How else are they supposed to dress? I mean, I couldn't even see Jim Jones in some loafers and some slacks and a button-down shirt. That would be strange to me.
Yeah, absolutely. Like that. Jay-Z tries to switch it up for corporate reasons, but
if you go into an event, you go into a black tie event or whatever, I think those guys could adjust. They have been able to adjust, but just out in the street, that's what Jim Jones wears. That's what Jay-Z wears, you know? Much different. We talked about this before in the show, and you're watching Two Live Stew's Experience. Growing up, men in the community, they like I just mentioned, they wore loafers, they wore dress shoes, they wore slacks, they wore a button-down shirt. Not too extravagant, but times have changed now. Like we mentioned it this week, how our grandmothers always were in a house robe. They never dressed like in style or whatever that day's trends were. They dressed like grandmothers. It's different now. Like, look at me. I'm in a hoodie. I'm 55 years old. I'm in a hoodie and jeans or whatever. Times have changed. I'm not mad at Jim Jones for his attire. Andy from Harlem. I think Jim Jones from Harlem. They're real flashy in Harlem, first of all.
Yeah.
They're real flashy. So that's par for the course for that dude.
No doubt. That's what they do, son. You know what I mean? So it's that New York City.
All right, before we get out of here, we got 2 minutes. Tell me about this record deal that brought you to the States.
I had a record deal with a company called Oceana Records. I don't know if you remember them, but they had Donna Allen and a couple of other artists. And I almost had the same deal with the label Sutra Records, which was out of New York, which the Fat Boys were signed to.
Okay.
The problem was my producers were all Cuban. Nothing against Cuban people, but they had a group and they were very successful. Remember Expose? Google them.
Remember that
Expose.
name? Yeah.
Out of Miami.
Yeah.
They were on all the big late night shows. That's who I got signed to.
Okay.
And Expose was on Arista Records, Clive Davis and them. I didn't get so lucky. I was with I was the experiment rapper. So that's what happened. But you can Google me, MC Jeff Fox.
MC Jeff Fox.
MC Jeff Fox. It's a breeze.
It's a breeze.
Google. Yeah, you can still buy my CD today.
That's one of your singles?
Yeah, that was the name of the album too.
Jeff Fox. MC
Jeff Fox. Yeah.
MC Jeff Fox.
Yep. Everybody was MC back then.
And what's the name of your track?
It's a breeze.
It's a breeze.
Yeah.
And you rapping?
Yeah, I had a video and all, man. I was on Video Box down here with what? With
Look at God. I did not know. I know your sister's in the industry. Or not your sister, I'm sorry.
My daughter,
Your daughter is in the industry. How's she doing?
She's way better than me. She's still experimenting. She produces songs on her phone. On her phone. She makes
the entire song.
The whole song.
Okay, so what's your daughter's name for the people watching the show? What's your daughter's name so they can find her on YouTube and whatnot?
Yelia the artist.
Yelia. How you spell it?
Y-E. That's Haley backwards. Yelyah. Haley backwards.
Haley backwards. That's dope.
Yeah.
Yelia the artist?
Uh-huh. That's her on Instagram. She's working on some stuff.
Yeah, I heard some of her stuff. Her stuff is very, very good. I haven't heard you yet.
I'm done. I'm done, man.
I'm gonna listen to you in about 5 minutes.
They just asked me to rap the other day, man, and I couldn't get past the first verse, man. I'm out of breath.
Hey Jeff, man, appreciate you joining us this morning, man. And in behalf of Ryan, who couldn't make it today, man, good luck to you down there in South Florida and everything that you do. You know we got your back. We've been rolling with you a long, long time.
No doubt.
And we gonna make it. We gonna make it.
We gonna make it, man. Shout out to Remix Sports Media. That's my parent company. Tommy Green, my CEO. And of course, Jenny Jones, we're on live Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays at 11 a.m. on YouTube and Facebook.
All right, what's the YouTube address and the Facebook address?
The Jeff Fox Show Live.
The Jeff Fox Show Live.
Yeah,
There it is.
That's the YouTube address.
That's what's
and
up.
It's just the Jeff Fox Show on Facebook.
Okay, gotcha. That's what's up. All right, so we'll be back Monday with the full board 2 live stews, 7 a.m. Eastern time. Monday morning, we will be back. Ryan should be back. And we're going to talk about everything that happened over this past weekend in the world of sports, entertainment, beyond. And y'all know how we do it. Jeff, appreciate it.
Appreciate it, man.
Peace.
Get better, Ryan.